I'm very selfish as a writer and performer, which is probably pretty obvious from the way that I work, is that I only write for me and I only perform for me. And if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, I can't meet other people's expectations. I can't possibly pretend to second guess what other people want, you know, so I just do what I might be driven by a particular sound at one particular time, or a new kind of rhythm that I've heard. You know, I went through a whole thing with drum and bass in the mid-90s that I really loved it. I was totally into it.
Right.
And I started working with that. And of course a lot of people get very antagonistic about it because it's like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. You know?
Right.
But it's just what I want to do. And it was like, it's often what, I don't know, what an artist who kind of thinks often does is often seen as commercial suicide, and sometimes they're right. But in the long term, I can look back on everything I've done and be pretty proud of where I've been and what I've tried to do.
Well, I think some of us might have come into the period that was about modern love and China Girl and Let's
right
Dance.
On that
what was that? Where does that era fall into that? Is that the Down Here one?
So I'm moving into the 90s.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the best...
No, you're right. There was, yeah. I mean, Let's Dance, I love that album. I think it's a really good album. And it's the next two after that, and they're awful albums, because I'd really lost my way.
You've seen me.